People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
7 Country.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports Presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Ayers Furniture, Bitech Resource Management, Claire Bank, Fuller's Milker Center, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Platteville, Les Mack, Northland Buildings, Reeves Wealth Management, Raleigh Cheese House, Russell Law Offices, The Shoebox, Tricor Insurance, West End Salvage, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Sloan Implements, Sups, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Gary's Pest Control, TriStar Pallets and TriStar Mulch, Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Bouse Electric, Cuba City Collision and Repair, Laley Center Monroe, H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Community First Bank, Grant Regional Health Center, Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, Lancaster Dental Associates, Millie's Diner, Pink's Automotive, Good Knees Garage, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, Rosemeyer Management Group, Breckler Insurance, McNett Electric, Mound City Bank, Ready Feed and Grain LLC, Southwest Health, and WCC Brands.
Good afternoon and welcome to one of the most iconic baseball fields in the world. Today we come to you from the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa, where this afternoon the Pecatonica Vikings take on the Mineral Point Pointers in a special edition of high school baseball on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. This is Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. The Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel is powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Laley Center Monroe. From the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis, joined alongside Steve Prestegard, welcoming you to our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. And Steve, the kids like to say this is cinema when something big is happening, but today it's about as literal as it gets, playing baseball at one of the most recognizable venues in the game.
This is actually the very spot where they filmed all of the baseball scenes for one of those iconic movies of the 1980s, a movie that actually is not just about baseball, but says a lot of things about life, personal relationships, and so on. But today it's a baseball game, and in typical spring Midwest weather, which is not very nice, but here we are.
You have no doubt about it, and let's talk about both teams. Mineral Point will be the home team in today's matchup. They enter with a 9-2 overall record, sitting atop the Swall, currently ranked number 17th in the state. Pecatonica comes in at 4-3 overall, right in the mix in a very competitive and very unpredictable Six Rivers Conference as it's played out so far this season. Both teams have been consistent contenders in their respective conferences, and aside from this setting, this is a great midseason measuring stick to see just how good these teams are heading into the month of May.
And that's been kind of a problem to this point because of the weather issues. I'm not sure anybody really knows at this point.
Right.
Because, I mean, Barnevelle's undefeated and on top of the Six Rivers, but there have been teams that have had apparently as many rainouts or snowouts as they have had games, and so it's a little hard to tell how good anybody is at this point. So you might as well use this as a measuring stick, and particularly given the fact that Pecatonica, of course, is going to be in Division 4 in the postseason, and Mineral Point's going to be in Division 3. So it's a good test in that sense. Two teams that will not see each other in the postseason, obviously relatively close to each other, and get a chance to see something other than a team in their own respective conference.
Yeah, one of the things about baseball that's always tricky to figure out is just the fact that pitchers have that 100-pitch rule, and you have to have a certain number of days of rest. And, you know, with all these games being rescheduled and playing multiple games throughout the week, it's not really a solid tell about which teams are actually really good. You might be able to know who's good, offensively, and in the batter's box, but from a pitching standpoint, if you have to go to your third or fourth pitcher sometimes, that's a really strong indicator of how deep your team actually is.
And the other thing, of course, is that the rule typically is that pitching is ahead of hitting early in the season, and particularly if it's a day like this where it's cold and spitting rain and not good visibility, although it's obviously pretty even visibility when it's cloudy. But I kind of feel like the hitting in a lot of cases probably hasn't really gotten going either for a lot of teams this year. And so you hope the weather's going to improve. Apparently, it will not improve in the next week, but you hope that it gets more like baseball weather, which obviously it usually does by the time you get to the postseason, which, believe it or not, comes up in about a month.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, thankfully for us, I was able to bring our little pop-up tent and have some shelter from the sprinkles that are coming in. You might be able to see it a little bit on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, as we had to clean off a couple of raindrops earlier to make sure that you guys could see the picture on the screen. But we'll keep tabs on that as the afternoon rolls along. And coming up on our Rally Cheese pregame show, we'll talk with we did talk with both head coaches. We didn't record interviews, but we talked with them. We asked them about the players on the Russell office's injury reports. We'll also get you the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game and get you the first pitch between Pecatonica and Mineral Point at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. Our Rally Cheese pregame show is presented by Rally Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County.
Don't forget the cheese.
We're back after this from the Field of Dreams on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 1.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Pregame 1.
The Rally Cheese pregame show continues from the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa, getting ready for the matchup between Mineral Point and Pecatonica on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. No injuries to report on the Russell office's injury report, but if you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWY.com. Today's game also brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. We're also sponsored by Garthwaite Real Estate and New Home Construction, McKeon Landscaping Services in Blanchardville, and by Claire Bank with very convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Let's set up the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for the Pecatonica Vikings. They are 4-3 overall, 4-2 in the Six Rivers, currently sitting in the number 4 spot in the conference, 2 games behind first-place leader Barneveld. And Steve, let's set up the starting lineups for the Vikings.
Well, to lead off, we have Marty Anderson, and he is second baseman leading off. Batting second is Austin Enlow, the shortstop. Hitting third is Reed Schlimgen at first base. Let me just pick this up real quickly here. And then in the cleanup spot is Cooper Schrepfer, the catcher, batting cleanup. Batting fifth, Ashton McNett, the pitcher today. Luke Leonard, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Batting seventh, Lyndon Eula, and he is the left fielder. Batting eighth, Cashton Gross in right field. and Cale Hendrickson, the center fielder, will bat ninth.
All right, those are the Fuller Smucker Center starting lineups for when Pecatonica is at bat. Again, brought to you by Fuller's Smoker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the starters for the Mineral Point Pointers as our Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues after this break on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 2.
Partner with Fuller's Milker Center and Gia for your next milking system. From the Dairy Pro Q robotic rotary parlor to the Dairy Robot R9500 robotic box milking system, you select the best fit for your operation. With Gia, you can also choose from market-leading conventional parlors, fully equipped with automated accessories. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Gia dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to start building your dream milking facility.
Fuller's Milker Center. When pain or injury slows you down, Medical Associates Orthopedics is here to help you get back in motion. From joint and muscle care to sports-related injuries, our teams work together to create a plan that fits your life. Whether you're on the field or just staying active, you have us to help you get moving again. Medical Associates Orthopedics. Call 563-584-4460. That's 563-584-4460. Or visit mahealthcare.com.
Pregame 2.
Back at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa, getting ready for our high school baseball matchup between Pecatonica and Mineral Point on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We ran down the batting order for Pecatonica. Let's set up the batting order for the Mineral Point Pointers as part of our Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups. Again, see Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Steve, let's run down the starters for Mineral Point.
Leading off will be the shortstop, Adam Cody. Batting second, Grady Finley, the second baseman. Hitting third, center fielder Brett Bossert. The cleanup hitter is the catcher, Evan Kearns. Cole Ripp, the left fielder, will bat fifth. Batting sixth is the pitcher today, Hudson Schrader. Batting seventh, Bradlin Lee, the catcher. Batting eighth is third baseman Elliot Kite. And Connor Raleigh, the right fielder, will bat ninth.
All right, Mineral Point comes into this game with a record of 9-2. They are 5-1 in the Swall. Currently the number 17th ranked team in Division III. In the WBCA rankings that came out earlier this week. That's the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup for the Mineral Point Pointers. Again, brought to you by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in the Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. We'll take another break and come back with the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game and the first pitch between Pecatonica and Mineral Point. This has been the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. First pitch coming up next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 3.
Hello, Ben here from Darlington Family Dental. Your smile is as important to us as it is to you. Give us a call and schedule a consultation to figure out if clear aligners might be right for you. The consultation is free. Zero interest financing is available. This solution for your smile might be more cost-effective than you think. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
We check the weather before we leave the house. We check our phones, maybe a little too often. But when do we check in on our health? If you're on Medicare, your annual wellness visit at Grant Regional Community Clinic is fully covered and focused on keeping you healthy and feeling your best. It only takes a little time and it can make a big difference. Call 608-723-2131 to schedule your Medicare wellness visit today. Grant Regional Community Clinic. Better health starts here.
Pregame 3.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Laley Center Monroe, and H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Our game today brought to you by the Dodgeville Chronicle, Democrat Tribune, and Pecatonica Valley Leader, your local weekly newspaper for Dodgeville, Mineral Point, Barneveld, Iowa Grant, Highland, River Valley, Pecatonica, and Argyle schools. Also brought to you by Tri-State Directional Drilling, a proud partner with area businesses and communities to provide underground solutions at the highest standard since 2012. Tri-State Directional Drilling in Hollandale. Also brought to you by Hoffman Electrical LLC at Mineral Point, specializing in agricultural, commercial, and residential electrical needs. Hoffman Electrical LLC in Mineral Point. Ivy Construction Incorporated is a family-owned and operated ready-mix aggregate and excavation company serving southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. Tyler Dictanis, Steve Prestigard with you with the best tent in the house. The Ayers Furniture broadcast booth.
That's the best $100 whatever dollars I think you've ever spent.
Yes, I've used it twice, and it has come in clutch both times. Our broadcast booth brought to you by Ayers Furniture. The best seat in the house for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture in Ridgeway and AyersFurniture.com. Our scoreboard today presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Didn't see any other games being canceled or postponed or anything yet, so they're going to play it here in Iowa. Looks like they will play the games on the Wisconsin side as well.
And that includes in the SWAL today, Monticello is at Darlington, River Ridge is at Iowa Grant, and Schulzburg-Benton is at Southwestern. Six Rivers, only one other game. Barneveld is at Highland. In the SWC today, River Valley at Dodgeville, Prairie du Chien at Platteville, and Lancaster at Fenimore. Ridge and Valley, Weston at Ithaca, DeSoto at Kickapoo, and North Crawford is at Lafarge. And in the NUI West, River Ridge Scales Mount at Fulton, Galena at West Carroll, and Warren Stockton at East Dubuque. You want to hear about softball?
Let's do it.
Got a lot of that, too. In the SWAL, River Valley at Iowa Grant, Southwestern at Cuba City, Mineral Point at Darlington, Riverdale at Fenimore. In the Six Rivers, Judah Albany at Argyle Blackhawk, Potosi Cassville at Monticello New Glarus, River Ridge at Benton Schulzburg. In the SWC, River Valley at Iowa Grant, Barneveld at Lancaster, and Prairie du Chien at La Crosse Central. Ridge and Valley, DeSoto at Kickapoo, Lafarge at North Crawford, and the NUI West, Warren Stockton at East Dubuque. That's the battle for first. River Ridge Scalesmont at Fulton, and Galena at West Carroll. Other than that, nothing going on.
Yeah, nothing else going on.
It is, of course, we hope, and I think the forecast, at least, this is one of those days where it's not bad enough to not play.
Right.
Even though it's not warm, and even though it's spitting rain at this point here in Dyersville, you're going to play. In fact, if it was raining harder than this, you would still play.
Yep.
And officially, we don't care because we're in the bubble.
Right.
So we're in great shape here.
Yep, our colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental, 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs and in fitting fashion. Both teams wearing pinstripe uniforms here this afternoon. Pecatonica in the white jerseys with green pinstripes. Vikings written across the chest in green with green numbers and some gold trim. Mineral Point in the all-blue jersey uniforms with white pinstripes with black numerals. And Mineral Point written across the chest in black. A little difficult to kind of decipher the numbers against the jerseys. So, seeing who's playing in the outfield might be a little tough for us. But outside of that, a very fun aesthetic matchup between two teams from Southwest Wisconsin playing on one of the most iconic fields in all the world.
And a very traditional look for both of these teams. In fact, kind of a retro look for Mineral Point because once upon a time, teams did used to wear that kind of dark head and toe look. You might think of although the style of the uniform is different, like the late 70s White Sox, for instance, when they had those pullover, not just pullover, but where the shirt tails actually hung out. And, of course, if you mention them, you got to mention the shorts, which they wore and quickly abandoned because the first time you slide, you end up leaving half your leg on the base path. But, it's a very traditional look. And, of course, Mineral Point, they kind of hit all the blues at one point and another. This is a darker blue. The football team wears royal blue. The basketball team typically wears Columbia blue. And, of course, when they were playing at state, Mineral Point had the blue version of the Houston Astros Rainbow Guts jerseys. They had 3 shades of blue on their uniform. Do you know, by the way, you can get those as a shirt now? As like a
that doesn't surprise
shirt?
me.
Yeah, the Astros. It's really bright.
That's got to be a tough one to wash.
Yeah, well, it's quintessential 70s. And to be honest about it, if you grew up in that era, and I actually remember the first time I saw those uniforms because the Brewers had an early season game at County Stadium, which was on TV, which was a mistake. It got rained out or snowed out. So the B game was in Houston. It was the first time I'd ever seen those uniforms. I think it was like 10 years old. It's like, well, that's different. That's really different. So, and I've always thought of the Astros as looking like that. Not with today, obviously. You think about it as far as we were talking about ballparks. Platteville, if any team in this area gets to state, they get to play at Fox City Stadium. That's a terrific ballpark. Teams often, I think, Platteville, typically when they play Madison Edgewood in Madison, they play at Warner Park, which is where the Mallards play. And in the American Legion, at least once upon a time, when they played the state all-star game, that was at County Stadium. But here, this place, among other things, this is the first game that they have played here this year.
Yeah.
Or this will be the first game they play here this year. And, in fact, there is another ballpark, believe it or not, which is beyond the left center field wall. That's the ballpark where the major league teams play.
Right.
Remember the first game there with the White Sox beating the Yankees in a Thursday night Fox game. And you know how it goes. I don't know that there are many people who are rooting for the White Sox other than White Sox fans.
Right.
But if they're playing the Yankees, you're rooting for the White Sox.
Yeah, the field that we are playing on today is the actual field used in the Field of Dreams movie. And, to our right, we can see the house that Kevin Costner and the rest of the cast.
Behind us. But it is behind us, and, well, you'd have to hit it pretty hard, but you might be able to foul it off down the first base line and hit the house. Or more or less kind of in between straight back and down the right, basically past first base.
Yeah, who gets the bill if you break a window on a foul ball like that?
Well, that's a good question. And I guess the other question would be, are we going to see a redheaded, bearded, no chin kind of wuss walking across the field during the game, or across the infield during the game? But, by the way, do you know that there's a Platteville connection to this?
You texted something to me earlier. I didn't have a chance to catch it up, though.
There was an actress, and she actually had a speaking part in the movie, Mary Gershon, who lived in, I think she was from Darlington originally, and lived in Platteville in her later years, lived on South Chestnut Street, and she is listed in the credits for the movie as PTA heckler, and she had one line in the movie.
Ah, yes.
During the PTA meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was the blonde.
Yes,
who stood up, and I forget what she said, but I actually did a story about her in the Platteville Journal a number of years ago.
That's a fun connection to this game, the movie, and the matchup that we have today between Pecatonica and Mineral Point at the Field of Dreams.
And of course, the other possible connection is everybody remembers the scene at the end with all the cars trying to get in, and we were on those zigzag roads coming over here. And if I remember right, because this was just before I got to Southwest Wisconsin, but there were many people in Southwest Wisconsin who drove down to Dyersville, and their cars are little dots as the sun is setting that way here at this ballpark.
All right, the Mineral Point defense has taken the field, and Hudson Schrader is warming up on the bump. He has pitched 2 innings on the season, has an 0-1 record, has walked 4 batters, struck out 2, has an ERA of 14 and a whip of 4.
Which is basically based on only pitching 2 innings.
Exactly. Looking down the left field line, we see the sea of blue for the Mineral Point Pointers. And down to our right, it's all green for the Pecatonica Vikings. A very good turnout for both programs. Again, an outstanding venue.
The corn is not up, of course.
It is not yet.
And if we see somebody coming out of there, we'll at least have some warning because the corn is not there yet. You know, it's interesting. I don't think anybody had any idea when they made Field of Dreams the kind of iconic movie it would become, because it's not a baseball movie exactly.
Right.
I mean, baseball is a huge part of it, but it has to do with a lot of other things. Things like, you know, the father-son relationship, which, as I think everybody knows, is complicated or can be. It's from the perspective of the 80s, it's kind of a love letter in a sense to the 60s. Even though there's that line in Terrence Mann's apartment where, "You're from the 60s," and then he tries to get Ray Kinsella to get out. We did not, by the way, ride here in a VW microbus. And the weather is not nearly as nice as it was for the movie, of course.
All right, we are set to get things started here at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville. It'll be Marty Anderson standing in the batter's box. First pitch misses low for ball one. No pitch. High and upstairs for ball two. Two balls and no strikes.
Do you think Schrader's a little nervous here? I mean, he's pitching at the Field of Dreams. How many people get to do that?
2-0, catches the strike zone, outer third for strike one.
And by the way, we're in a great place here, not merely because of the bubble, though that is huge, but we are right behind a very short backstop.
2-1 pitch, hit to the backstop, and that nearly took our camera.
As I said, a very short backstop.
Can feel that one. Goodness gracious.
Well, we're right up against it, so that's what you want. But you're definitely in the action here.
2-2 count to Marty Anderson, and he hits this one into shallow left for a base hit. Marty Anderson with a leadoff single. Runner at first for Pecatonica. One on, nobody out. Top of the first inning. Field of Dreams game from Dyersville, Iowa.
And Anderson has helped his .231 batting average by getting on. And again, I think that's an example, once again, of just you haven't played enough because of the weather, and it's hard to hit when it's cold out.
Enlow shows bunt, and the ball gets away from the catcher. And a stolen base for Marty Anderson. So a runner in scoring position for Pecatonica with nobody out in the top of the first inning.
No.
We see you, Rob Spangler.
And I was never here. Which is a totally different James Earl Jones movie. You notice, though, how fast the ball came back to went back to the catcher from the backstop. It is very short here.
Schrader with the pitch, showing bunt is Enlow, and that's slowing away for ball three.
And you should be able to tell from the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, we are really that close. We're right behind the action. This is a tremendous view from here.
3-0 pitch, misses outside for ball four, and the first two batters reach base for the Pecatonica Vikings. A single on a walk. And now we will see number 3, Reed Schlimgen, coming to the plate, a batting average of .391, a slugging percentage of .478, has 4 RBIs, has been walked 3 times, 2 strikeouts on the season. And the first pitch is grounded foul. And just taking a look at all around us, Steve, it's kind of surreal. I mean, you see it, in the movie about, what the setting looks like, but seeing it in real life, it's actually kind of jaw-dropping. How cool
it really
this
is. Yeah. Yeah, you see the house back there, and they have a gift shop, and the gift shop lets dogs in. And I had a nice talk with Jean-Luc the Bulldog.
The bunt goes foul for Reed Schlimgen. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second for the Pecatonica Vikings in the top of the first inning. Schlimgen standing in the box. Schrader checking the runner at second. And this pitch is lifted into shallow center, and it will be caught for the first out of the inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. 2 on, now we will see the cleanup hitter for Pecatonica stepping into the box. Schrader checking the runner at second. Here's the first pitch, and this one ripped into right center field as Cooper Schrapfer makes solid contact, but it's going to be caught in center field for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs on the last 2 pitches. 2 away in the top of the first inning. Still scoreless. Now we see Ashton McNett at the plate, batting average of 182, slugging percentage of 182. Schroeder again looking at second. Now delivers. That pitch right down the middle for a strike. Snap throw to third, and is it in time? They say it is. Marty Anderson caught stealing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left on base. Through half an inning, Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing. The Pointers up to bat next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 1.
Kohl's has Mother's Day gifts that feel like a treat because moms deserve something nice. Preferably something that doesn't involve snack duty, carpool, or reminding anyone where their shoes are. Make her day with 25% off across the store during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. It's just too bad you can't buy her the one thing she really wants, a nap. Select styles, 25% off or ends May 3rd. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
In Game 1.
Bottom of the first inning at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. Our Grant Regional Health Center People's State main coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Pecatonica had 2 runners on base, but unable to cash in, and now the Pointers up to bat for the first time this afternoon. And on the bump for the Vikings is number 2, Ashton McNett. 5 1/3 innings pitched on the season, has a 1-0 record, has walked 4 batters, struck out 5, has an ERA of 1.31. And leading off for the Mineral Point Pointers will be number 22, Adam Cody, batting .300 on the season, has an OPS of .788, 3 RBIs, 10 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 3 stolen bases. And Cody standing in the box. Here's the pitch, and a curveball misses inside for ball 1.
Of course, the flip side of this is you think Ashton McNett's a little nervous now. He may be a little less nervous, though, than Anderson did, or than his Mound counterpart, just because Schrader started everything.
Next pitch swung on a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Adam Cody, for the Mineral Point Pointers. The 1-1, contact made, and it's going to hook foul. And is that going to hit the house?
Got close. You know, you got mostly right-handed hitters. As I said, they could get that far.
The 1-2. Ground ball over to second base. Snap throw to first is in time for the out. Great play by Luke Leonard at third base. A 5-3 ground out retires the first batter. Our game today brought to you by Rachel and Ray's Pub and Grill. Stop by and enjoy a cold beverage and great food like the all-day fish fry Fridays. Rachel and Ray's Pub and Grill on the ATV Trail in Blanchardville. First pitch is going to be a called strike to number 10, Grady Finley, batting .321 on the season, an OPS of .879, 8 RBIs, 9 walks, and 1 strikeout. Looks at that pitch down and away for ball 1.
You know, the other people you have to be pretty excited about this are the umpires because they get to umpire a game here.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the first inning. Grady Finley at the plate. Waits the pitch, and it's away for ball 2.
By the way, this ballpark, you might wonder, because I always talk about it, the orientation is pretty unusual here. This is the southeast corner of the diamond, and you're looking northwest.
2-1 solid contact made into deep left field, and it will be caught. Left fielder didn't have to move a lot to get to that one. And 2 away in the bottom of the first inning.
We talk typically about how most ballparks have a west-east orientation. So if you're standing at home plate, you're generally looking from southwest to northeast, like Wrigley Field, or northwest to southeast, like American Family Field. But this is one that has actually the opposite orientation, southeast to northwest.
The power hitter for the Pointers, Brett Bossert at the plate, batting left-handed, batting .471 on the season, looks at the first pitch for ball 1.
I suspect that was for filming reasons.
1-0 to Bossert. Bossert looks at that one. That one's low for ball 2.
Of course, the reason for that is that you don't want the sun in the batter's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You're okay with the sun in the outfielder's eyes, but you don't want the sun in the batter's eyes, which can happen with a ballpark with this orientation.
2-0 misses inside for ball 3. Game brought to you by Dearth Livestock, satisfying its customers' needs for 3 generations, fully licensed and bonded. They provide cattle pickup and transportation for area farmers. Dearth Livestock, Highway 81 in Cuba City.
And you know where that's an issue sometimes? State.
Yes.
Because the ballpark has a southwest-northeast orientation, but the batters are looking into the sun in the morning games.
Bossert looks at the 3-0, and it's down the middle for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Brett Bossert with 2 out in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch from McNett. That one's outside for ball 4. A 2-out walk puts Brett Bossert at first for the Pointers. One on, 2 out, bottom of the first inning. Now we see Evan Kearns at the plate, number 24. Kearns looks at that pitch, and it just clips the outer third for strike 1. Kearns on the season batting .323 and OPS of .894. 11 RBIs, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. Gonna snap throw to first. And Bossert gets back in time.
Of course, you don't have sun as an issue in the batter's eyes if there is no visible sun. She McNett with the nod. Now throw to first again, and Bossert safely back to first base.
Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Laley Center Monroe. No balls, 1 strike to Evan Kearns at the plate. Brett Bossert, the runner at first, and Bossert takes off. Throw to second, and he's going to get there safely. Stolen base for Brett Bossert. That'll be his 6th of the season. I believe the count is 1-1. Here's the throw from McNett. That one misses outside for a ball.
One thing the movie didn't have, of course, was a scoreboard.
Yeah, which is a tough thing to navigate here. Speed pitch, swung on and missed for strike 2.
Well, if it had a authentic scoreboard for the era, it would, of course, be hand-operated.
Right. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Evan Kearns. Brett Bossert, the runner at second. McNett checking, now throwing. And this one ripped foul down the first base side. It's out of play. And that one nearly hit the house. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. McNett deals, and this one hit to the backstop.
You can feel that one,
Stays
too.
at 2-2, yeah. We are not kidding. We are on the backstop. We can't get any closer legally.
We can hear everybody talking at the plate.
Mm-hmm. Count still at 2-2. Kearns doing a good job defending the plate for the Pointers. That deals. Solid contact, left center field. And it will be caught on the run in center field to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left on base. We are through one inning at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville. Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing. The Vikings up to bat next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 2.
Contact Russell
So
Law
McNett
Offices
will
for
lead.
local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
Streaming on this Queen Bee radio station is powered by Cunis, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Platteville. The Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models. Open Monday through Saturday with shuttles and loaner vehicles available too. Head to Cunis in Platteville.
In game 2.
High school baseball on 97.7 Country, brought to you by J&R Underground, building tomorrow's utilities today. J&R Underground of Blanchardville. For employment opportunities and to learn more, visit jrundergroundllc.com. And by Southwest Health, with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Asher McNett back at the plate. Swings and misses at the first pitch for strike one. McNett had a plate appearance back in the first inning, but a base runner got caught stealing to end the inning. Now he has a second plate appearance and looks that pitch away for ball one. Get Ashton McNett on the season, 182 batting average, has 2 RBIs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And that pitch lifted down the first base side, and it's going to go out of play. Count goes to 1-2. Joe's Overhead and Seamless Gutters, wishing all area teams good luck. Joe's Overhead Doors and Seamless Gutters of Belmont. 1-2 the count to Ashton McNett. Trader deals, swung on a miss for strike 3. Trader records a strikeout, 1 away in the top of the second. Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing.
I hate to tell you this. Of course, I'm old enough to remember that there were a lot of ballparks that had no scoreboard at all back in the day. Everybody seems to have one now, but.
And the first pitch clips the outer third of the strike zone for strike 1 to number 22, Luke Leonard, batting .200 on the season, a slugging percentage of .267, 1 RBI, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts on the season. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Part of the thing is I'm not sure where you would put it if you had one here, because there's not like there are fences that are really a natural place to put one.
Schrader gives the nod, set to deal the 0-2. Here's a delivery. Misses outside for ball 1.
It's not like you could attach it to a bunch of corn stalks. That probably wouldn't work.
Especially if you have to chop it down.
Wait for them to grow, right.
1-2 pitch, popped up to the second base side, and it's playable and caught for the second out of the inning. Now at the plate is number 7, Lyndon Eula, 167 batting average, has 4 RBIs. 1 walk, and fouls off the first pitch way over us, and
that's 3 for 3 in the direction of the house.
As long as it's away from the car, we're fine.
That's right. We don't have the station vehicle here.
Right. Ground ball over to short, playable. Throw to first is off target. And we'll see how that's rolled. Would you roll that an error?
Yeah, because the throw's off target. I think the throw would have been him, but I would say that's an error. First error of the ball game in the second inning.
And that puts a runner on for Pecatonica with 2 outs in the top of the second. Still scoreless. Schroeder gives the nod, deals the first pitch, and it's a called strike to Cash and Gross. Batting .214 on the season, same percentage slugging-wise. 2 RBIs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts on the season. This one chopped over to second base. Quick throw to first in time for the 4-3 putout. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base through an inning and a half. We are still scoreless. Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing. The Pointers have a chance to bat in the bottom of the second from the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3.
This is Leah with Rooney & Associates, LLC of American Family Insurance. As your local insurance agent in the Boscobel and surrounding communities, our agency would love to see what we can do for you. We specialize in home, auto, umbrella, and life insurance. Give us a call, stop by our office in Boscobel, or visit our website at leahrooneyAgency.com for your insurance needs today. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly with me, my team, and American Family Insurance.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Farmers built this country, and they're still feeding it every day. At Sloan Implement, they see the early mornings, the late nights, and the pride that comes with every acre and harvest. That's why Sloan Implement loves seeing neighbors together at local events. Join Sloan Implement in saluting the farming community. Sloan Implement in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montford, Mount Horeb, Monroe, and Lanark. Salute the River Ridge, Dodgeville, Blackhawk, Fenimore, and Monticello teams competing at National FFA Land Judging next week.
In Game 3.
Bottom of the second inning on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our game brought to you by Garthwaite Real Estate and New Home Construction, McCain Landscaping Services in Blanchardville. And the first pitch, I believe that was a called strike. And the next pitch is a ball to number 2, Cole Ripp, batting .310 on the season, 739 OPS, 4 RBIs, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts on the season. 1-2 is the new count after the swing and miss by Cole Ripp in the batter's box. Pitch from McNett, misses outside. Count goes to 2-2. Also brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. This one will be chopped foul to keep the count at 2-2.
Almost hit the batter in the batter's box. If there's not much of a backdrop or backstop, then obviously the batters, the on-deck circles are pretty close also.
Yeah, there aren't even really circles for the on-deck circle either. This one hit to straightaway center field, but playable, and will be caught on the run for the first out of the inning. One away in the bottom of the second, still scoreless between Pecatonica and Mineral Point from the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. Tyler Dictanis and Steve Prestegard with the best seat in the house in the Ears Furniture broadcast booth, or the Ears broadcast tent right behind the backstop here at the movie site field.
I'm going to be spoiled for doing games as close to home plate as we are, like the rest of the year now with this.
Next pitch from McNett. Catches the strike zone. At the plate is Hudson Schrader, the starting pitcher for the Pointers. That pitch is inside. Hudson Schrader, 167 on the season, 491 OPS, 6 RBIs, 7 walks. McNett gives the nod. The righty delivers, and that catches the outer third for strike.
Pitchers love throwing it there and getting it called for a strike because you can't really do a whole lot with that if you're a batter unless you can dump it into the opposite field.
And this one ripped down the third base side, and it will be caught in left field. 2 away in the bottom of the second inning. Now coming up to the plate is number 4, Brylan Lee, 194 batting average, 615 OPS, 7 RBIs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and looks at the first pitch low for ball 1.
One interesting thing, you can see this on the Quimby Radio Sports YouTube channel, is the cutout, the dirt between the pitcher's mound and home plate. That's a retro ballpark touch.
A speed pitch misses upstairs.
Conversely, however, you notice this has a mostly grass infield. You don't see that a whole lot in the high school level because the parks are often used for softball, for adult softball also.
2-0 misses way outside for ball 3.
And obviously a grass infield, you have to take care of it. You have to mow it and water it. And the opportunity for odd bumps is also perhaps greater on grass than it is on dirt. At least that's the theory, I think.
3-0 pitch. And that misses upstairs for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk with 2 out in the bottom of the second. Pecatonica nothing. Mineral Point nothing. Elliott Kite stepping into the box for the Pointers. A 200 batting average. 548 OPS. 5 RBIs. 4 walks. 7 strikeouts on the season. And we will have a courtesy runner. Jackson Weicker, number 11, will run the bases for the Pointers. McNett gives the nod. Delivers the first pitch. Misses high for ball 1. Game today brought to you by Claire Bank with 3 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Also by Pilling Electric Service and PE Pump Service in Montfort. Throw to first. Runner gets back in time. McNett shakes off the first signal, gives the nod for the second. Quickly checks the runner at first. Deals the 1-0. It's inside. Ball 2.
Yeah, we come here next year. If we come here next year, there's going to be one thing that's going to be not just different from the movie, but different from this year here. As one of the 2 meetings that is allowed now per inning between the pitcher and the catcher or the infielders. But the other thing, starting next year, the double first base in baseball, not just in softball. Which is obviously a safety thing.
Yes. I don't hate that.
Well, you don't want somebody to break his foot or ankle. I'm kind of sensitive to that right now. On a play at first base.
Elliott Kite looks at the 2-0 outside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 on, 2 out, bottom of the second. Still scoreless between Pecatonica and Mineral Point from the Field of Dreams movie site in Dyersville, Iowa. The 3-0. Catches the outer third for strike one. Nice pitch there by McNett. Elliott Kite back in the box. Throw to first. Ball gets away. And Jackson Weicker will get to second base off the throwing error. So a runner in scoring position now for the Pointers. Elliott Kite at the plate. And if he reaches base, it'll be Connor Rowley in the on-deck circle. And that gives the nod. Now checks the runner at second. Deals the pitch. That's way high for ball four. Two base runners on for the Pointers. And now Connor Rowley will try and do some damage at the plate.
That's the third walk McNett has given up.
Coach Jim Strumman going to call a conference with his infielders and try and get things sorted out.
Well, with two out, you just need to get an infield out someplace. That's what you're trying to do. And I think he's probably reminding them, look, there's a force out on any infield base. So wherever it's hit, throw to the closest base.
And while he talks with his infield, we'll tell you that our game is brought to you by Edward Jones Rees Wealth Management in Platteville, Utter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel, Fritz's Burner Service in Darlington, Saunders Oil Company of Warren, Illinois, First Response Excavation and Grading of Bloomington, Bender Outdoors on the Square in Lancaster, Clear Reflections Window Cleaning Service of Platteville, Iverson Construction of Kieler, and Century 21 affiliated in Boscobel. See Bobby Joe, Hans Allison, or Richard for all your real estate needs. Century 21 in Boscobel. Connor Rowley at the plate, batting .316, OPS of .848, 4 RBIs, 6 walks, 4 strikeouts, and time called. Jackson Weicker, the runner at second. Elliott Kite, the runner at first for Mineral Point. McNett deals. Catches the strike zone outer third for strike one. McNett with the nod. And the delivery. That one way inside. Rowley had to duck away from that. Count as 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on and 2 out. Bottom of the second inning, excuse me. One one misses outside to make it 2-1. Game brought to you by Anytime Roofing. Visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help you with your next roofing or siding project. Throw to first. In and out of the glove, but thankfully for number 3, Reed Schlimgen, able to keep the ball in front of him and hold the runners at first and second. Kind of still 2 balls, 1 strike to Connor Rowley. If he reaches base, we'll go back to the top of the order with Adam Cody in the on-deck circle. That one misses outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the second inning from the Field of Dreams. A little chilly, but nice day. A little bit of a breeze. Swung on and missed for strike 2. The count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Connor Rowley, the number 9 hitter in the order for the Pointers. A ball from loading the bases, a strike from getting out of the inning. Here's the pitch from McNett. And this one lifted into shallow left. And it will be caught by the second baseman as Marty Anderson coming from second base to close the glove on it to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 left on base. We're through 2 innings at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville. Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing. The Vikings up to bat next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Are you the go-to when friends and family need computer help? Get paid to be a computer whiz. Northeast Iowa Community College can help fast-track your tech career. With our hands-on computer science and security program, you'll learn to work with servers and data centers, secure systems, stop hackers, and more. You've got the talent, now get the credential. Stay close to home while launching a high-demand tech career in just 2 years. Apply today at nicc.edu.
In Game 4.
To the top of the third inning we go from the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. Tyler Duktanis and Steve Prestegard with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Cale Hendrickson will lead off for the Pecatonica Vikings in the top of the third, and the first pitch is inside for ball one. Broadcast today brought to you by the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville. Offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. The 1-0 pitch misses down and away for ball two. Two-0, clips the outer third for strike one. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Ground ball over to third base. Snap throw to first in time for the out. What a play at third base. Elliot Kite doing work. One away in the top of the third inning. Now Marty Anderson back at the plate. Second plate appearance. Makes solid contact into straightaway center field, and that will be caught. And just like that, two away in the top of the third. Game also sponsored by Northland Buildings, Russell offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington, and by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialists. Suppose that Brian's gets the job done right for unexpected dings or major repair projects. Head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. And that pitch clips the outer third for strike one. Nice pitch.
This is one of those days where we've had balls hit hard, but nothing really carries when it's as damp as this is.
This will be chopped past the pitcher. Throw from short to first is in time. The Vikings go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing. More from Dyersville after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FAME25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FAME25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FAME25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
In Game 5.
We go to the bottom of the third inning. Mineral Point and Pecatonica still scoreless on our Grant Regional Health Center and People State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental And Carey seamless gutters and overhead doors. First pitch is the ball to Adam Cody. Next pitch. Hits this one sky high to left center. And it will be caught by the second baseman again. Marty Anderson. Able to track that one down, close the glove on it, one away in the bottom of the third. Game brought to you by Breckler Insurance Group. Follow your insurance needs. See Steve Lindeski at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. Grady Finley now at the dish. Off-speed pitch misses upstairs for ball one. One ball, no strikes to Finley. McNett deals. That one way inside eye level for ball two. Got some shoebox scoreboard updates, Steve?
Why, indeed we do. Let's see here. Dodgeville leading River Valley 1-0. That is in baseball. Iowa Grant and River Valley. It's Valley leading Iowa Grant 10-9. That is in softball. And we have a final already. Barneville beating Lancaster in softball 18-1.
2-0 pitch misses upstairs to make the count. 3 balls, no strikes with 1 out in the bottom of the third.
Prairie du Chien leading La Crosse Central 6-1. And River Ridge Scales Mound and Fulton tied at 10.
3-0 pitch misses upstairs for ball 4. A walk for Mineral Point with 1 out. Now Coach Jim Strumman of Pecatonica going to call his infield in again.
McNett, that's now his 4th walk in the game.
And it looks like we will see a new pitcher. It's going to be number 1, Austin Enlow. Enlow on the season pitching 16 1/3 innings, has a 1-2 record. 7 walks, 22 strikeouts, an ERA of 4.71. Inherits a runner at first. And he will pitch to Brett Bossert, the power hitter for the Mineral Point Pointers, leading the team in batting average with a 471 clip.
And we're going to need a new shortstop because that's where Enlow started the ball game.
While he finishes up his warm-up pitches, we'll tell you that our game is brought to you by WCC Brands, Custom Apparel in Kieler, and at WCC-brands.com. Colakers Golf and Grill in Cuba City, and at ColakersGolfandGrill.com. Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and AppliedMicro.biz. Veterinary Associates of Hazel Green and Galena, Lyle Financial Group in Platteville, and Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. And looks like it will be McNett going to short. So just a switch from pitcher to shortstop. Austin Enlow on the bump. Brett Bossert at the plate. One on, one out. Bottom of the third, still scoreless. Enlow checks the runner at first, deals the first pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. Big hack that time by Bossert. And Bossert powers this one into left center and will be caught by the left fielder. Throw back into the infield. 2 away in the bottom of the third.
A couple of other shoebox scoreboard updates in baseball. Southwestern leading Shullsburg-Benton 14-5. Weston and Ithaca tied at 1. That would be baseball also. Mineral Point 18, Darlington nothing. That's in softball. River Ridge Scales Mound now leading Fulton 11-10.
Evan Kearns looks at the first pitch, and it's a called strike, clipping the inner third.
River Ridge leading Iowa Grant now in baseball 7-4.
Enlow gives the nod. Quickly checks the runner at first. Now a throw back to first, and runner gets back in time.
Potosi Cassville leading New Glarus Monticello 5-0. Prairie du Chien leading Platteville 4-0. That's in baseball. At Hillfield at Legion Park.
That pitch is outside for a ball.
Dodgeville now leading River Valley 1-0, and Galena leading West Carroll 3-0.
1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first. 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. Still scoreless between Pecatonica and Mineral Point. The Pointers at the plate. Evan Kearns awaiting the pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 2. Gorgon Funeral Services, caring for all families since 1916. Gorgon Funeral Services in Dodgeville and Mineral Point. Enlow deals. Thought about swinging was Kearns, but looks at a ball outside to make the count 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike to Evan Kearns. Austin Enlow looks at first. Now deals the 3-1, and this one hit into right field. It's playable and will be caught to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We are through 3 innings at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing. Pecatonica up to bat next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
Darren Johnson Logging is buying standing walnut and white oak timber, and they're paying the highest market prices possible. Johnson Logging's experienced loggers cover all of eastern Iowa, southwestern Wisconsin, and northwestern Illinois, and they pay before they cut. They specialize in keeping the smallest footprint possible to minimize landowner property damage and are mindful of smaller trees and other native plants. Learn more at johnsonlogging.com and call Darren for a free quote today at 319-310-7800.
Want a job that pays more than minimum wage and makes a real difference? Southwest Tech's CNA course in Fenimore can get you there fast. This 8-week course runs from June 1st through August 12th with in-person labs, online theory, and clinicals at a long-term care facility. Choose from multiple lab days and times, including morning and evening options. Seating is limited. Start earning more and building your future. Register by Friday, May 22nd at swtc.edu/GoCNA. Southwest Tech. Education as unique as you.
In Game 6.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters, and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Hudson Schrader still on the mound for the Mineral Point Pointers, and he deals the first pitch. It's swung on and missed for strike 1. Reed Schlimgen at the plate. Schrader with the delivery, and this one solid contact into left center field. Center fielder making the play, and he will catch it on the run for the first out of the inning.
Which gives him 2 flyouts to center and 2 at-bats.
Cooper Schratfer at the plate on the season, .476 coming into this one, a slugging percentage of .762. Pitch grounded back to the pitcher. Nice play by Schrader, and he's going to take it himself to first base. An unassisted out for Schrader, 2 away. You know, and with this being a game played at a unfamiliar venue and a special venue at that, you anticipate both coaches going to rotate as many players in as they can to get some experience and playing time, and we'll see how that impacts the outcome of the game. And the first pitch is swung on and missed by Ashton McNett.
McNett struck out back in the second. Now, he's had 2 at-bats before this because he was at bat on the caught stealing. and then led off the second.
0-1 pitch misses down and away for ball one. Count goes to 1-1 with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. The 1-1 swung on a miss for strike 2. Big hack. Town and Country Insurance Services, Eric Strahl and Melissa Bush are small enough to know you and large enough to insure you at Town and Country Insurance Services in Blanchardville. The 1-2 and a backwards K, a called strike 3 to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down. In the top of the fourth, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing. From the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa, on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
From sunrise in the fields to late nights in the barn, agriculture never stops, and neither does Brownfield Ag News. Brownfield is your trusted source for what matters most in agriculture: markets, weather, policy, technology, and the voices shaping rural America. We go beyond the headlines, delivering timely, accurate reporting rooted in the realities of farm life. Whether it's breaking news that impacts your bottom line, in-depth interviews with industry leaders, or stories that reflect the heart and grit of rural communities, Brownfield keeps you informed and connected. We understand agriculture and the importance of bringing clarity to complex issues and telling the stories that often go unheard. From local to national, from the field to the capital, Brownfield Ag News is agriculture's voice. Stay informed, stay connected. Brownfield Ag News, where agriculture lives.
In Game 7.
Still scoreless from the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. We are in the middle of the fourth inning, and now we start the bottom of the fourth. Austin Nenlo on the mound for Pecatonica. Deals the first pitch, and it's in, catches the inner third for strike 1. The 0-1 swung on and missed for strike 2.
Mineral Point's had more of the opportunities in this game due to the walks, but they have yet to get anybody past second base.
Cole Rip at the plate for Mineral Point. The 0-2. Foul to the backstop, nearly hit the camera.
It's twice now.
Yeah, I'm going to look at that replay, see if that made anyone jump out of their chair. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, this is a great, as I said, I'm spoiled now for being able to, being this close to the backstop.
Try the 0-2 again to Cole Rip. Enlow delivers, and it's away for ball 1.
You remember that wild pitch in the first inning that went right back to the catcher, and he might have had a play at second, but decided not to throw it out over to second.
1-2 the count. That one misses away for ball 2. Count goes to 2-2. Our game brought to you by Medical Associates Clinic, your trusted tri-state healthcare leader, serving the Cuba City, Lancaster, and Platteville communities. Our audio stream powered by Cunis Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram of Platteville. And the 2-2 pitch misses downstairs to make the count full. The Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models and is open Monday through Saturday. Head to Cunis in Platteville. Payoff pitch from Austin Enlow. And that's a backwards K, a called strike 3. Just clipped the outer third of the strike zone. 1 away in the bottom of the fourth. Still scoreless between Pecatonica and Mineral Point at the Field of Dreams. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Ginger and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. First pitch is going to be a strike to the starting pitcher for the Pointers, Hudson Schrader. Hudson Schrader doing a good job on the mound today. 0-1 pitch is going to be a strike. Count goes to 0-2. Trying to help his own cause at the plate. The 0-2 away for ball 1. Baseball and WGLR brought to you by Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at Sloans.com. And a defensive swing by Schrader fouls it off. Nearly took that one off the knuckle.
Both of these teams are coming off wins. Tuesday, Pecatonica beat Highland 9-1. And Mineral Point beat Southwestern 1-0. A pitcher's duel kind of like this.
And Lowe gives the nod. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt to make the count 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 4th. Mineral Point at bat. Still scoreless. Two pitches downstairs. Count goes full again. 3-2. Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the International Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. And Lowe with another full count, set to deal the payoff. Here's a delivery. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Austin Enlow, 2 away.
Enlow came on, and he is not allowed a base runner. 4 straight outs.
Brylan Lee at the plate for Mineral Point. First pitch. Looks at a strike. The 0-1. Hit back to the pitcher and a slow roller into center field for a base hit for Mineral Point. So Mineral Point gets its first hit of the game. And it'll be Jackson Weicker, the courtesy runner for the Pointers.
See how aggressive they are at trying to get him around the bases, because at this point in things, this has all the earmarks of a very low-scoring game. Nobody's scored yet. Nobody's gotten past second base yet.
First pitch is a called strike. Just clips the outer third for strike 1 to number 21, Elliott Kite.
Mineral Point has beaten Darlington 24-0 in softball on the shoebox scoreboard.
A 1 pitch gets to the backstop. Weicker takes off, and he will get to second base uncontested. So Jackson Weicker in scoring position. 1 ball, 1 strike to Elliott Kite. See if he can deliver and bring in the first run of the game. Enlow deals. That's a strike right down the middle. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 4th, still scoreless from the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. Enlow gives the nod, looks at second. Deals a 1-2. That is a called strike 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 4, Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing. Vikings up to bat next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 8, get ready to dig into a delicious ribeye steak. The Grant County Cattlemen invites you to their steak feed Friday, May 1st from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. at Compeer Financial in Lancaster. Enjoy a ribeye steak meal for $12. Ribeye steak sandwich is $10. Hot dog meals are $5. Meals include a pop or water and chips. All proceeds benefit local scholarships. The Grant County Cattlemen Steak Feed Friday, May 1st from 11 till 1 at Compeer Financial, Old Potosi Road in Lancaster.
May is officially designated as Beef Month in the United States. The Makogana Livestock Exchange is a proud sponsor of this year's Beef Month, celebrating the cattle industry, supporting ranchers, and kicking off the grilling season. Next time you hear that juicy steak or burger sizzling on the grill, you may want to thank a beef farmer. This message is courtesy of the Makogana Livestock Exchange, a family-owned livestock auction house serving as a hub for buying and selling livestock and hay with a focus on friendly service, honesty, and integrity. In Game 8.
We start the fifth inning, and we are still scoreless at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. Our Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Luke Leonard at the plate for Pecatonica. Hudson Schrader still on the bump for Mineral Point, and the first pitch is down and away for ball one.
Each team no run, one hit, and one error each. Nobody's gotten past second base.
The 1-0 clips the strike zone for strike one. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best in Fenimore. The 1-1 clips the outer third for strike two.
You're starting to get to the point where you get a runner on. You might get a little more aggressive trying to get him around the bases because this just has the earmarks of one run might be enough today.
The 1-2 misses outside for ball two. Bouse Electric, call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher. Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore, and by People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. 2-2 pitch misses inside for ball three. Count is full. Luke Leonard at the plate. Hudson Schrader on the bump. Schrader deals. Solid contact made into center field, and it will be caught. Very loud out with a full count, one away in the top of the fifth inning. Still scoreless. Lyndon Eula at the plate for Pecatonica. First pitch, going to be a called strike. Catches the inner third. Schrader with a deep breath and a delivery. And that's a strike. No balls, two strikes, one out, nobody on in the top of the fifth.
Well, pitchers and catchers love that call. Some might say it was a little inside, but there's only one guy who gets a vote.
The 0-2 swung on and missed for strike three. Two away. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville, and Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional friendly service. And SoundCloud is where you can find archived audio of our broadcast. Download the SoundCloud app and search Queen Bee Radio Sports, powered by Herm's Ace Hardware and Home Center. First pitch going to be a called strike to Cashton Gross.
And wonder of wonders, it's starting to clear off.
The 0-1. Going to be a called strike. Count goes to 0-2. Schrader with a deep breath. Now delivers the 0-2. That one just missed outside for ball one. That pitch way inside. Batter had to duck away from that one. Cashton Gross nearly took that one off the helmet. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Top of the fifth. Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing from the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. And it's a called strike 3 to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing. More from the Field of Dreams after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 9.
We know that good health is your number one priority, and at Grant Regional Health Center, it's ours too. Whether it's a mammogram, lung screening, or colonoscopy, we make it easier than ever to get screened for your peace of mind. And best of all, at Grant Regional, we offer quick scheduling and less travel, so you can focus on what really matters, your health. Schedule your screening today at 608-723-2131, accepting Medical Associates, Dean, and Quartz Insurance to name a few. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Farmers built this country, and they're still feeding it every day. At Sloan Implement, they see the early mornings, the late nights, and the pride that comes with every acre and harvest. That's why Sloan Implement loves seeing neighbors together at local events. Join Sloan Implement in saluting the farming community. Sloan Implement in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, Mount Horeb, Monroe, and Lanark. Salute the River Ridge, Dodgeville, Blackhawk, Fenimore, and Monticello teams competing at National FFA Land Judging next week.
In Game 9.
The Dodgeville Chronicle, Democrat Tribune, and Pecatonica Valley Leader is your local weekly newspaper for Dodgeville, Mineral Point, Barneveld, Iowa Grant, Highland, River Valley, Pecatonica, and Argyle schools. And the first pitch is a strike. A called strike. Enlow gives the nod, set to deliver. And a bunt is dropped. Slow roller on the third base side. And a well-executed bunt by Connor Raleigh to get a base runner on for Mineral Point. One on, nobody out. And as you've been alluding to, Steve, just getting someone on and trying to get them home, that's probably the key at this point.
Well, it's starting to get late when you're in the bottom of the fifth. You haven't had anybody past second base. The next thing, obviously, will be getting him over to second.
Back to the top of the order with Adam Cody at the plate. Along with the nod. Throw to first. Runner's back in time.
And Pecatonica pretty much guessed, yeah, he's probably going here. Or at least they know he could be going at some point here, very likely.
Tri-State Directional Drilling is proud to partner with area businesses and communities to provide underground solutions at the highest standard since 2012. Tri-State Directional Drilling in Hollandale. And another hit, underhand toss to first from the pitcher. It is a 1-3 ground out on a sacrifice bunt. So Mineral Point has the runner in scoring position with one out.
So this is what you do when you have your biggest hitters coming up instead of trying to get him to steal, and then maybe at that point you sacrifice him and squeeze him, but you've got your big hitters coming up.
And Grady Finley makes solid contact into left center field. The center fielder giving chase, and he will catch it on the run. Two away now in the bottom of the fifth. Brett Bossert at the plate. Struck out in his last at bat. The lefty power hitter digs in. Enlow checks the runner at second and deals. This is outside for ball one. Garthwaite Real Estate and New Home Construction, McKeon Landscaping Services in Blanchardville, and Community First Bank for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. Fouls off the 1-0 pitch, does Bossert. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on and 2 out in the bottom of the fifth inning. Along with the nod. Now steps off the mound. Enlow looking at the runner at second. And now Bossert calls time. It's a 1-1 count to Brett Bossert. Evan Kearns in the on-deck circle for Mineral Point. And time called again by Bossert. I feel like I'm watching stalling during a wrestling match now.
Do you pound the...
1-1, swung on and missed for strike 2.
Do you pound the mat then?
Yeah.
Give him the... Hey, move, do something.
Hopefully Chuck Rasmussen is out there listening.
I hope, yes. As our wrestling and baseball connection.
The 1-2 to Bossert, and Bossert makes solid contact. It gets past the pitcher. Great reaction by Short, and the throw to first is in time for the out. Marty Anderson making a nice play. And that ends the threat. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We head to the 6th. Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing. More from the Field of Dreams after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 10.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Contact Russell Law Offices for local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
In Game 10.
We start the top of the 6th inning from the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. Pecatonica nothing, Mineral Point nothing on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. The first pitch is a called ball, missed upstairs to Cale Hendrickson, who leads off for the Pecatonica Vikings. Schrader's still the pitcher for Mineral Point, and the 1-0 pitch misses inside for ball 2.
Hendrickson grounded to third back in the 3rd inning. Nobody's been past second base. So nobody's been really very close to scoring in this game.
2-0 pitch finds the strike zone for strike 1.
And that is even though Mineral Point's had runners on in every inning. They just haven't gotten them in.
2-1. This is outside for ball 3. Hoffman Electrical LLC at Mineral Point, specializing in agricultural, commercial, and residential electrical service needs. Hoffman Electrical LLC at Mineral Point.
And meanwhile, that ends the run of 10 straight batters that have made out for Pecatonica. So finally a base runner.
Runner at first for Pecatonica with nobody out. In the top of the 6th, still scoreless. Marty Anderson at the plate.
Sorry, and again, we ask how aggressive they're going to be. We got to believe he's going to be going unless he's not good at running.
Shows bunt, attempted steal, slides into second base, and will hold there. Cale Hendrickson with the stolen base, advancing to second.
Now the advantage here is you can bunt again, get him over to third, and then drive him in with a ground out or a fly out.
Right.
That's why you typically, if you get the leadoff batter on, you want to steal him over to second.
Marty Anderson getting the call from Coach Strumman on the third base side. Shows bunt, and it's going to be a called strike. Count is 0-1.
That's his first stolen base of the year, according to our stats. Is that right? Check that. That is his second stolen base of the year. Good time.
0-1, misses, or it's a called strike. Showed bunt, didn't get it back in time. No balls, 2 strikes. Schrader checks the runner at second. Showing bunt again, that one way inside for a ball.
That's kind of nervy bunting on 0-2.
Yeah.
Because obviously if you hit it foul, that's strike 3.
One, two, shows bunt again. Hits it right back to the pitcher. Throw to first. Is not going to get there in time. Throw is offline. And now runners at the corners for the Pecatonica Vikings in the top of the 6th.
Error on the pitcher or third baseman? Who threw that ball?
That was the pitcher.
Okay, so that is the second error of the game by Mineral Point. And this is the first time that Pecatonica's had a real threat since the first inning. Remember, they had first and second leading off, but Anderson got thrown out trying to steal third.
Cale Hendrickson is the runner at third. And Marty Anderson, the runner at first for the Vikings. Schrader looked like he was going to throw to third. No throw. Goes back to the mound. Austin Enlow at the plate. Pitcher on pitcher matchup. He shows bunt. Ball skipped in the dirt for ball 1.
Pecatonica is in a great place here because even if he hits into a double play, that still most likely scores the run. But that also puts pressure on Peck to score here.
And drops a bunt. A slow roller on the first base side. Throw to first. And is that an out? Yes, it is. So a sacrifice bunt scores the run. But Pecatonica is on the board. 1-0 in the top of the 6th.
That was perfectly placed on the first baseline. That makes it nearly impossible to get the out at the plate. Early in the game, you're fine with trading runs for outs, but it started 6th inning. Obviously, it's late now.
Runner at second, and the pitch is a called strike. 0-1 the count. Reach Schlimgen at the dish. Schlimgen fouls that one right off. Looked like off his foot. Count is 0-2.
Certainly, Peck with a runner at second, they would love to get at least one insurance run here also.
Time call by the home plate umpire, which for what it's worth, these are Iowa umpires.
Actually, that's interesting, and that's an interesting thing to know, that they're in their home state, not Wisconsin umpires.
This one lifted and will be fouled off over the backstop and about halfway up to the house.
It does make you wonder if there's some difference, because this game is being played in Iowa, but it is 2 Wisconsin teams. Not sure that there is a difference in rules between Iowa and Wisconsin. But, of course, Iowa is not playing baseball right now.
Right. That's a ball that gets away from the catcher, and a stolen base for Pecatonica.
Well, now you really want to get that second run in with him over at third and only 1 out.
Marty Anderson, the runner at third, looking to get home. Schrader looks at him, now delivers. This one lifted into left field. It will be caught. Anderson will go for it. He's going to run home, slides home safely. A sacrifice fly scores the run. And the Vikings are up 2-0 on Mineral Point in the top of the 6th.
It's kind of ironic, but this is sort of a retro sort of ballpark setting and all of that, and playing fundamental one-run, stealing bases, bunting, and all that baseball to get the 2 runs that we have had so far.
Brett Lovinger going to call his team to the mound, and believe we will see a pitching change here. And while they sort that out, we'll tell you that our game is brought to you by Ivy Construction Incorporated, a family-owned and operated ready-mix aggregate and excavation company serving southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. Rachel and Ray's Pub and Grill. Stop by and enjoy a cold beverage and great food like all-day fish fry on Fridays.
Ooh.
Rachel and Ray's Pub and Grill on the ATV Trail in Blanchardville. Dearth Livestock, satisfying its customers' needs for 3 generations, fully licensed and bonded. They provide cattle pickup and transportation for area farmers. Dearth Livestock, Highway 81 in Cuba City. J&R Underground building tomorrow's utilities today. J&R Underground of Blanchardville for employment opportunities, and to learn more, visit jrundergroundllc.com.
All-day fish fry, huh?
All-day fish fry on Fridays at Rachel and Ray's Pub and Grill.
All I got to do is get a ride over there.
Yeah, true. Lely Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC. Provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here. Joe's Overhead and Seamless Gutters, wishing all area teams good luck. Joe's Overhead Doors and Seamless Gutters in Belmont. Also sponsored by Pilling Electric Service and PE Pump Service in Montfort. Edward Jones Rees Wealth Management in Platteville. Arda Brothers Creamery in Boscobel. Fritz's Burner Service in Darlington. Saunders Oil Company of Warren, Illinois. First Response Excavation and Grading of Bloomington. Bender Outdoors on the Square in Lancaster. Clear Reflections Window Cleaning Service of Platteville. Iverson Construction of Kieler. Century 21 affiliated in Boscobel. See Bobby Joe, Hans Allison, or Richard for all your real estate needs. Century 21 in Boscobel. Brett Bossert is on the mound for Mineral Point. Taking over the pitching duties from Hudson Schrader, and the first pitch is going to be a strike. Two out, nobody on. In the top of the 6th, Pecatonica with a 2-run lead on the Pointers. 0-1 misses outside for ball 1.
So who is in center field?
That is a good question. 1-1. Finds a strike zone. Count is 1-2. Not sure if it was a straight swap. We do know that Bossert's on the mound, and the lefty deals, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3. Bossert comes in relief, strikes out the batter. But Pecatonica with 2 runs across in the top of the 6th inning. Pecatonica 2, Mineral Point nothing. Pointers up to bat next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 11.
Kohl's has Mother's Day gifts that feel like a treat. Because moms deserve something nice. Preferably something that doesn't involve snack duty, carpool, or reminding anyone where their shoes are. Make her day with 25% off across the store during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. It's just too bad you can't buy her the one thing she really wants, a nap. Select styles 25% off or ends May 3rd. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
In Game 11.
Pecatonica 2, Mineral Point nothing. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning from the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. Tyler Dictanis and Steve Prestegard with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Our game brought to you by Anytime Roofing. Visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help you with your next roofing or siding project. Austin Enlow on the bump for Pecatonica. And I believe this is Kearns at the plate for Mineral Point. First pitch. Ripped down the first base side, and it's going to be just foul.
We have some scores on the Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. In baseball, Dodgeville over River Valley 3-0. Softball, Prairie du Chien over La Crosse Central 6-1. Baseball, Southwestern 15, Shullsburg Benton 5.
0-1 pitch finds the strike zone to make the count 0-2.
Softball, Mineral Point 24, Darlington 0. Softball, Barneveld over Lancaster 18-1.
Here's the 0-2 in the dirt for ball 1. The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Evan Kearns. And Kearns looks at the 1-2 downstairs. Count goes to 2-2. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster and by Northland Buildings. 2-2 pitch misses outside. Count is full. 3-2 to Evan Kearns, the leadoff batter for Mineral Point in the bottom of the 6th. Pecatonica 2, Mineral Point nothing on our Shoebox scoreboard. Enlow set to deal. Here it is. A loud ground ball, and off the third baseman, throw to first is in time for the out. What a play. I believe that was Luke Leonard, and I think he took it off the shin as he was kind of hobbling back to his third base position. But able to do his job. Gets the runner out, 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. A speed pitch catches the upper third of the strike zone for strike 1.
Also on the Shoebox scoreboard, good news and bad news with the Brewers. Brewers beat Arizona 13-1 today. That was on AM 1590 WPVL.
The 0-1 is high.
However, the Brewers, it says here, are awaiting MRI results after Brandon Woodruff exited today's game in the second inning due to reduced velocity. That's not good news.
1-1 pitch is low for ball 2.
But fortunately, the Brewers brought the bats to American Family Field today.
And low set to deal the 2-1 pitch. Here it is. This will be fouled off.
You know, one thing we have not had to deal with at this point is the ball coming just over the backstop and landing on the bubble. How strong is the bubble glass? Or the bubble plastic?
I don't know how strong it is. Hopefully there's a warranty on it, though. 2-1. Cole Ripp lifts this one over to the third base side. Leonard calls everyone off, and he will close the glove on it for the second out of the inning. 2 up and 2 down for Mineral Point in the bottom of the 6th. Game brought to you by Russell Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros of Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. First pitch is going to be a called strike to Hudson Schrader, the starting pitcher for Mineral Point. I believe he's out in center field now. The 0-1 misses outside for ball 1. Breckler Insurance Group, for all your insurance needs. He's Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. The 1-1 to Schrader. Schrader powers this one into shallow left, and that will drop for a base hit.
Third hit of the game for the Pointers, but now they're going to have to do something with 2 out.
Two-out single for Cole Ripp, Schrader.
But this is a good guy to try to do something with because Lee has been on twice, walking the second, single in the 4th.
Rylan Lee at the plate. Looks at the first pitch, and it's a strike. WCC Brands Custom Apparel at Kieler and at WCC-brands.com. Colakers Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColakersGolfandGrill.com.
Schrader has 2 stolen bases this year.
Schrader the runner at first. Rylan Lee at the plate, looks at the pitch. It's outside for ball 1.
Again, the point where you probably really need to get him moving to get him over to second base and maybe drive him in with a base hit.
Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and appliedmicro.biz. The 1-1, solid contact over to the third base side. Great reaction by Luke Leonard. Throw to first on a hop and gets the runner out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We are through the 6th inning at the Field of Dreams at Dyersville, Iowa. Pecatonica 2, Mineral Point nothing. Vikings up to bat next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 12.
Are you looking for a hands-on, high-reward career in the healthcare field? Become a dental assistant in under 1 year at Northeast Iowa Community College. Work side-by-side with dentists and hygienists, caring for patients and improving smiles. Our program's small classes and clinical rotations will prepare you to thrive. And the dental assisting program is eligible for Iowa's Last Dollar Scholarship. So if you're an Iowa resident, you could start your career with no college debt. NICC gives you the skills. And local dentists are ready to hire you. Apply today at nicc.edu.
Wheeler Livestock and Wheeler's Ellenboro Saloon salute the beef producers across the country during May Beef Month. Cattle producers across America have done an incredible job of feeding this country and the world. Wheeler Livestock and Wheeler's Ellenboro Saloon invite you to thank a beef farmer the next time you hear a juicy hamburger or sizzling steak on the grill. Wheeler Livestock, providing services for buying and selling livestock. For more information, call Doug at 608-778-3699.
In Game 12.
We go to the top of the 7th inning. Pecatonica 2, Mineral Point nothing on our Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Ashton McNett at the plate for Pecatonica. Brett Boster throws the first pitch, and it's going to be a strike.
I think this is right. 2 runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for Pecatonica, and no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Mineral Point.
Veterinary Associates of Hazel Green and Galena, Lyle Financial Group in Platteville. That pitch way inside for ball 1. That one's at eye level. Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. That one hit over to the third base side. Throw to first is in time for the out. 1 away in the top of the 7th. Pecatonica with a 2-run lead.
And 2 runs without a hit. Walk, stolen base, error, sacrifice, fly out. That's 2 runs. This is really a purist kind of game.
Yeah, no kidding. Luke Leonard digs into the box, looks at the first pitch, eye level for ball 1. After the game, we'll have the Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show, the Herms's Ace Hardware MVP, Tricor Turning Point, the West End Salvage Scrapper of the game.
It will also be the 8-9-1 batters in the bottom of the 7th inning for Mineral Point.
Swing and a miss. Count is 1-2 to Luke Leonard. Leonard looks at the 1-2, and it's outside for ball 2. Claire Bank with the very convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. And this one hit to the backstop, and that one would have went off Maishin if that backstop wasn't there.
Well, that's why the backstop is there.
Might have done some damage to our equipment, too.
That's why the fence is there.
Garthwaite Real Estate and New Home Construction and McKeon Landscaping Services in Blanchardville. Pitch is outside. Count is full. 3-2, and it's in the dirt for ball 4. Pecatonica gets a base runner on with one out in the top of the 7th and a 2-run lead. Community First Bank, for you, the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. See at bank.com. Member FDIC. Reed Cassidy at the plate now for Pecatonica. First pitch is high for ball 1. Ivy Construction Incorporated is a family-owned and operated ready-mix and aggregate and excavation company serving southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. Cassidy looks at the 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2.
He is batting .214 this year, no RBIs. He does have 1 stolen base.
2-0, catches the inner third for strike 1. Hoffman Electrical LLC in Mineral Point, specializing in agricultural, commercial, and residential electrical service needs. Hoffman Electrical LLC in Mineral Point. 2-1 pitch. I believe that's a called strike. Count is 2-2. Bossert deals. It's high for ball 3. Count is full. 1 on, 1 out, top of the 7th. Pecatonica with a 2-run lead. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away in the top of the 7th. Cashton Gross stepping in. Master checks the runner at first. Now a throw and a rundown and a tag out as Luke Leonard is caught stealing to end the inning.
136. Is that right?
134. 136, yep. So we are in the middle of the 7th inning. Last chance for Mineral Point. Pecatonica leading 2-0. Bottom of the 7th. Coming up next on 97.7 Country WGR.
From small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance. They'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care.
Hello, Mitch here from Kieler Family Dental. There's never been a better time to explore what's possible for you and your family at our 3 state-of-the-art facilities. From routine dental care to same-day crowns to clear liners, veneers, and implants, we cover a wide spectrum of dental services. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
In game 13.
Last chance for Mineral Point in the bottom of the 7th. The first pitch is a called strike to number 21, Elliott Kite. Leading off the bottom of the 7th for the Mineral Point Pointers. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. Today's game brought to you by Rachel and Ray's Pub and Grill. Stop by and enjoy a cold beverage and great food like the all-day fish fry on Fridays. Rachel and Ray's Pub and Grill on the ATV Trail in Blanchardville. The 1-1. Catches the inner third for strike 2. Durf Livestock, satisfying its customers' needs for 3 generations, fully licensed and bonded. They provide cattle pickup and transportation for area farmers. Durf Livestock, Highway 81 in Cuba City. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 down in the bottom of the 7th. Elliott Kite strikes out swinging. Connor Raleigh coming up to the plate for Mineral Point. Southwest South of over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwestsouth.org. And this is a very loud hit into the right center field gap. It'll be a 1-out single for Connor Raleigh. And the tying run comes up to the plate. We're going to go back to the top of the order with Adam Cody. Probably just what the doctor ordered for Mineral Point.
0 for 2 plus a sacrifice is Cody today.
Cody stands in. Henlow deals. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Lely Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. And Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Vinsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Throw to first, runners back in time. Raleigh gets under the tag. Joe's Overhead and Seamless Gutters wishing all area teams good luck. Joe's Overhead Doors and Seamless Gutters of Belmont. One-oh pitch, outside, ball 2.
I'm not sure that you really need to be so worried about the runner at first because you got a 2-run lead. You have to be, if you're the pitcher, Enlow, you have to get the guys at the plate.
And the 2-0 pitch finds the strike zone to make the count 2-1.
If he goes all the way around the bases and scores, well, you're still up.
Right. Enlow with the nod, set to deal the 2-1. Here's the delivery. It's low for ball 3. J&R Underground, building tomorrow's utilities today. J&R Underground of Blanchardville for employment opportunities, and to learn more, visit jrundergroundllc.com. 3-1 pitch. This one lifted into left field and playable, and it will be caught for the second out. Mineral Point down to its last out. And it'll be Grady Finley with the task of trying to keep the game alive for the Pointers.
He is 0 for 2 plus a walk today. Interesting that all of the hits are in the bottom 4 spots of the lineup. And, of course, Raleigh with 2 hits. But Mineral Point hasn't gotten past second base in this game.
And home plate umpire calls time.
Did he call time or did he call time?
That's a good call.
Yes. Nobody's going to doubt what that call is.
First pitch is a strike right down the middle. The Dodgeville Chronicle, Democrat Tribune, and Pecatonica Valley Leaders, your local weekly newspaper for Dodgeville, Mineral Point, Barneveld, Iowa Grant, Highland, River Valley, Pecatonica, and Argyle schools. And Finley hits this one into left field. It's playable and will be caught. And the Pecatonica Vikings defeat the Mineral Point Pointers 2-0 at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. What a game. A classic vintage baseball game with the final line score, Pecatonica 2 runs on 1 hit with 1 error. Mineral Point, no runs on 3 hits, I believe.
4 hits.
4 hits and 2 errors.
They had base runners on in every inning. Mineral Point did. Didn't get a single one of them in. And Pecatonica wins the game with 1 hit.
Go figure. Pecatonica improves to 5-3 overall. Mineral Point drops to 9-3 on the season. Our game today brought to you by Tri-State Directional Drilling, a proud partner with area businesses and communities to provide underground solutions at the highest standard since 2012. Tri-State Directional Drilling in Hollandale. Pecatonica, your winner, 2-0 over Mineral Point. Our Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show coming up next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 14. Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton has unique team treasures. They have over 25,000 signed sports cards, plus autographed photos, bobbleheads, caps, signed baseballs, and more. That's Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton.
If it's a double 50 or double 4 parlor you milk, see Fuller's Milker Center, your Kia dealer. Fuller's offers a complete line of high technology solutions to make your dairy a model of efficiency with state-of-the-art milking systems, revolutionary milking units, and the latest in udder prep and post-dipping systems with the best in automated animal monitoring. No matter how many cows you milk, you can rely on Fuller's Milker Center, LLC in Lancaster and Richland Center to keep your operation at peak efficiency.
Streaming on this Queen Bee radio station is powered by Cunis, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Platteville. The Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models. Open Monday through Saturday with shuttles and loaner vehicles available too. Head to Cunis in Platteville.
In game 14.
Pecatonica defeats Mineral Point 2-0 at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. Our Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show coming your way after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-match 1.
It's time for the Tri-State Roofing postgame show. This is Ben Baker, owner of Tri-State Roofing, LLC. Call us for free inspections on wind and hail damage. We do ag, home, and commercial metal applications. See our team for rubber membrane installation too. Tri-State Roofing offers several types of shingle applications, including impact-resistant shingles to guard against hail. All options are top-of-the-line products from reputable manufacturers and installed by our certified roof techs. Call Tri-State Roofing today.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-345-2789. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-345-2789. That's 800-345-2789 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-345-2789.
Post-match 1.
Time now for the Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show on 97.7 Country WGLR. And on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, Pecatonica the winner over Mineral Point 2-0. Pecatonica 2 runs on 2 hits with 1 error. Mineral Point no runs on 4 hits with 1 error. The official tally, according to Game Changer. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Low-scoring affair. We were scoreless up until we got to the 6th inning, and that's when things got interesting in the top half of the 6th. Things got started when Hendrickson was walked, and then do you have it tallied up?
Yeah, walked. He stole second, and then came around, scored on a sacrifice bunt. That made it 1-0. And Anderson, who reached on an error and then came around, stole third, and he came in to score on Schlimgen's sacrifice fly to left field. I think the difference is that back in the second inning, that ball we said was an error, they must have counted as a hit. So that it's 2 hits and 1 error as opposed to 1 hit and 2 errors. Judgment call.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, to have just 2 hits and win a game is pretty impressive, obviously. And it was just that top of the 6th inning with the manufactured runs with no hits.
Go figure.
A walk and an error and a sacrifice bunt, couple stolen bases, and a sacrifice fly.
Yep, in a vintage game coached by a vintage coach, Jim Strumman, playing small ball to manufacture the runs when you needed them, and came through big time in the top of the 6th inning. That's our Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. Our Herbst's Ace Hardware MVP brought to you by Herbst's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and in Platteville. Herbst's will be the MVP for your next project in your home. Be sure to visit Herbst's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. I think the MVP, we were talking about it off air, Austin Enlow on the mound, 4 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 4 hits, no runs, and 4 strikeouts. And in the batting lineup, had 1 RBI and was walked once. So he played a critical role in helping his own cause and getting this 2-0 victory for Pecatonica.
But and the funny part is that, he was the relief pitcher. McNett started, and he had a walk problem, but they bring Enlow on, and he gave up the 4 hits, but he only gave up 1 hit per inning. And with the exception of the first hit he gave up by Lee, who reached second base on a wild pitch, nobody got within scoring position. It's one guy gave up a hit, and he got left, gave up a hit, he got left, gave up a guy, and he got left on base.
Yep, so Austin Enlow is our Herbst's Ace Hardware MVP, and now our West End Salvage Scrapper of the game is the player whose hustle and scrapping has stood out trying to lead the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. This one's really hard to pick out because, I mean, really anyone could be the scrapper just with how gritty this game was. If we have to pick one just based on the number of hits, you could probably go Marty Anderson. 2 hits and 3 at-bats. He's the only player, I think, with multiple hits on the game. So I think that's certainly worthy of our scrap of the game nod.
I think that's the winner.
Yep, so we'll
Works
say.
for me.
Yep, we'll do that. Marty Anderson, our West End Salvage scrapper of the game. Pecatonica, the winner over Mineral Point, 2-0 at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. We'll take a timeout and have more in our postgame show after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-match 2.
This is Ben Baker, owner of Tri-State Roofing, LLC. Call us for free inspections on wind and hail damage. We do ag, home, and commercial metal applications. See our team for rubber membrane installation too. Tri-State Roofing offers several types of shingle applications, including impact-resistant shingles to guard against hail. All options are top-of-the-line products from reputable manufacturers and installed by our certified roof techs. Call Tri-State Roofing today.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Post-match 2.
More of the Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Pecatonica, the winner over Mineral Point at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. 2-0 the final score. And Steve, do we have some updates on the shoebox scoreboard?
Well, now you tell me.
Sorry.
No, I should have paid attention before. Yes, we do. I got to figure out which is which here. Oh, baseball. Iowa Grant comes back and beats River Ridge 11-10. Softball. I believe this is softball. River Ridge scales mound 18, Fulton 15. That's a final score. Barneveld got 2 touchdowns and a field goal and beat Highland 17-0. Iowa Grant over River Valley, and that was in softball 16-10.
Goodness gracious.
Fenimore over Lancaster, and that was in baseball 15-1. Let's see, Ithaca over Weston 3-1. That was in baseball. Dodgeville beats River Valley 3-0. That was in baseball. Also in baseball, Southwestern 15, Shullsburg Benton 5. That's a final. Mineral Point with 3 touchdowns and a field goal beats Darlington 24-0 in softball. Is the wind blowing out in Southwest Wisconsin? I tell you, Barneville 18-1 over Lancaster in softball. And I believe that is all the scores. And what did I tell you the Brewers' score was?
Was it 13-1?
13-1, I believe, yes,
Yep.
on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL this afternoon.
All right,
all of these and more scores, by the way, tomorrow on the Queen Bee Radio Sports FM stations.
Yep, Steve will have those for you tomorrow morning on your favorite Queen Bee radio station, including right here on 97.7 Country WGLR. We'll take our final break and close up shop from the Field of Dreams in Dyersville. Pecatonica, your winner, 2-0 over Mineral Point. We'll wrap up after this on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-match 3.
From sunrise in the fields to late nights in the barn, agriculture never stops, and neither does Brownfield Ag News. Brownfield is your trusted source for what matters most in agriculture: markets, weather, policy, technology, and the voices shaping rural America. We go beyond the headlines, delivering timely, accurate reporting rooted in the realities of farm life. Whether it's breaking news that impacts your bottom line, in-depth interviews with industry leaders, or stories that reflect the heart and grit of rural communities, Brownfield keeps you informed and connected. We understand agriculture and the importance of bringing clarity to complex issues and telling the stories that often go unheard. From local to national, from the field to the capital, Brownfield Ag News is agriculture's voice. Stay informed, stay connected. Brownfield Ag News, where agriculture lives.
Post-match 3.
Wrapping up the Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Pecatonica defeats Mineral Point at the Field of Dreams 2-0 in a very classic baseball game, a lot of small ball, and a very fitting way that this game played out, Stephen. What a fun afternoon, early evening it was here in Dyersville. A picture-perfect setting. Temperature could have been a little bit better, but outside of that...
That would have been nice to have summer weather instead of spring weather, but but you're absolutely right. It was a game kind of played in like the 1930s style or something like that, with 2 runs scored without a hit, manufactured baseball, and pitching that was certainly good enough. No walks after the 3rd inning for Pecatonica. Enloe did a terrific job on the mound, letting one guy get a hit, but that was it. So Mineral Point wasn't able to do anything as far as getting any kind of rally going in the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, obviously it's not the traditional movie setting because we don't have the corn in the outfield. We can see the field still being tended to.
And we did not have anybody walk across during the game either.
Yeah,
so.
No ghosts.
Nope.
We didn't have those, but a fun game and a fun outing. And thank you to the entire staff, including Noah Westhoff, the director of programming here at the Field of Dreams, for helping us get set up here today, back behind the backstop. Also thanks to Rob Spangler, who did the site recon to make sure that we could execute our broadcast here today. Thanks to both head coaches, Brett Lavinger of Mineral Point and Jim Strumman of Pecatonica, for the lineups and stats to tell you the story about both teams here today. Thanks to all of our sponsors up at Spring High School Sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball, presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country, WGLR FM Lancaster, and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Once again, your final score: Pecatonica defeats Mineral Point 2-0 at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. Those watching on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, we will keep the stream up for the JV innings that are going on WGLR. We will be signing off and sending it back to the station. For Steve Prestegard, I'm Tyler Dictanis. Thanks again so much for joining us. Good night from the Field of Dreams in Dyersville.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
The Tri-State's best variety of country. 97.7 Country, WGLR-FM. Lancaster. Serving Platteville, Dubuque, Galena, and beyond. On WGLR.com. A Queen Bee radio station.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. A stabbing spree at a high school in Washington State this afternoon. 4 students, a school security officer, and the suspect taken to the hospital.
We have a total of 5 reported patients.
Authorities racing to Foss High School in Tacoma around 1:40. The school put on lockdown. The Tacoma Fire Department says they found 4 students and a security guard hurt. Authorities searching the school for additional victims. Officials say a suspect is in custody, and that suspect is a student.
ABC's Trevor Alt. The war in Iran and the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz sending oil prices skyrocketing. National average for a gallon of gas now $4.31, highest price in 4 years. King Charles and Queen Camilla wrapping up their 3-day U.S. visit for America's 250th birthday. The king headed to Bermuda. The queen headed home. Before they left, the duo visited Arlington National Cemetery and attended a block party in Virginia before one last stop at the White House. This is ABC News.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4 Get 4 free sale. Yes, half of your new beautiful energy efficient windows free. Plus no money down and no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. Call now 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.